Well, Chennai won the toss and put Kolkata into bat at Chepauk, and KKR has stumbled and staggered and hobbled and slipped onto 108 for 9 at the end of 20 overs. That's what has happened. Andrew Russell there, 50 of 44. Well, in the context, of course, very, very important runs. What those numbers don't tell you is how much he struggled to get going. In the end, of course, getting a couple of hits and then making sure the last wicket partnership of 29 runs was the biggest partnership. He were joint. He also had one with Piyush Chawla, which was for 29 runs. So much to talk about here about the Chennai bowling effort and, of course, the KKR batting effort, or lack thereof. I have Ajay Jadeja and Simon Dool here with me. More Chennai with brilliant bowling or more KKR with lack of application while batting?
I think it goes back to what we talked about a little bit last night. I think the inability of players of the modern era to play good spin bowling. I look, it's a 130, 140 wicket. It's not a 180, 190 pitch. Don't go out there and try and get 180, 190. Find a way to get 130, 140. And the inability of some very good players to play good spin bowling is evident once again. And it's not just Indian players, it's overseas players, it's players around the world that I think do not play good spin as well as 15, 20 years ago.
12 overs of spin. We'll have a look at the stat, about 53 runs. And let's see how many wickets they got. 5 wickets. Wow, they really got KKR's number, didn't they, the spinners?
They certainly did, but I thought the game was over before the spinners actually came on. I mean, yes, you did. Harbhajan did pick up that wicket with Sunil Narayan at the top, but you lost 3 of your main players who actually take you to a certain stage in that game before the spinners really came into play in that power play. And again, something that we talked about last night, or at least I've been talking about. I think there's too much emphasis on what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. And when you look at that wicket, yes, everybody can look at it and say, look, this is going to turn. It's going to be difficult to get runs later in these innings, so we must get more runs at the top. So what you saw from the KKR batsmen today in that first power play and the 3 wickets that were lost were shots that they generally don't try and play. I mean, when you're in a hurry, and you saw that at the end with Russell, what happened. And I keep saying this, it's the mindset that decides how you play. What Russell couldn't do today what was the difference? Yes, the wicket and the situation and things like that. So at the start of that innings, you were already wanting to aim higher than what you can achieve in those first 6 overs. And once you lost those 3 wickets and 1 to the spinner, you were left with no choice. I mean, you got 15 in the last over, so it still looks that you've gone past that 100. But throughout that game, I think you were out of that game at that power play as well. And probably before that, as soon as you lost the toss.
Oh, wow. And that's exactly why, I mean, see, we're extremely flattering when it comes to KKR batting efforts and when they are. And today, we've got a point. We're not looking at the score and saying there was a lack of effort overall. Where they were found wanting is exactly what Simon is saying, that they should have just realized the conditions are different. We don't need 180. Let's just, as Ajay puts it so nicely, like this. Just keep taking him. Just keep taking him.
Yeah, and you can work that out. I mean, they're not silly, these guys. They know what this pitch has played like already this season. No one's gone out there and blasted 180, 190. Everyone's struggled.
Yeah.
So, and you look at CSK, it's a quality spin bowling attack. What are we going to do? We're going to run really hard. We've got to make sure we pick up 1s and 2s. We don't get one guy stuck at one end time and time again, or ball after ball after ball. We've got to place the ball.
Yeah.
So therefore, we've got to rearrange our batting lineup perhaps. Shubman Gill at 3. Sending, I didn't understand sending Nitish Rana in when Harbhajan was on the left-hander. Just tinker around with things, do what MS Dhoni does so well, and just situational awareness. And that's what KKR did not have tonight. A good side, they'll bounce back, but tonight they didn't have it.
Have they shown one weakness then, that they pretty much know how to play in one gear, and if things go sort of a little pear-shaped in terms of conditions and projected totals, today did they show maybe the inexperience in adapting to that, or just their lack of adaptability?
That'd be too tough a call. That would
too harsh a call.
Yeah, because I think they're a good side, and they've got the skills.
No, fair enough. I'm not saying they're not good side. I'm just saying, have they got too used to just playing with one gear?
But you can't blame them, and that's probably the way you got to play this format of the game. There are very few games that you need to change. And maybe that's a call that modern day, even the players are taking, is that, not to work too much on skills where you required probably 10% of the time in your career. Let me work all on that 100%. So you're getting an upside on that side. But this side is something that nobody's looking at. Nobody's thinking of, how do you play on, or do you just look at it and say, okay, it's one of those days, the wicket was bad. I mean, wicket was bad means what? Is there a standardized wicket? I thought there was only a couple of things that were standardized. One, 5.5 ounce ball 22 yards. That's the only standardized, and that is why this game is such a great game.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't work the same day.
Because there's so many variables.
That surface is what brings in the whole charm of this game.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not great fun to watch for a lot of viewers who just come to watch 4s and 6s, but there is enough in this game to watch, and
you want to see the bowling skill as well.
There's great skill in spin bowling. I mean, I love watching great spin bowlers and good spin bowlers, and I used to love watching great batsmen play good spin. VVS Lakshman, outstanding. Dravid played spin beautifully. You go back to Javid Meander was a wonderful player of spin bowling. You love watching great players play quality spin bowlers, but at the moment we're watching great spinners on turning wickets just dominate. And I enjoy watching that. I mean, people will say it may not be a great spectacle for T20 cricket, but sometimes the bowlers are allowed something, surely.
Come on. Surely they're not just...
You're not going to give them grass.
They're not lugging the bricks every time, man. Once in a while, just let them be the builders, man. Just enjoy the penthouse apartment. You do the hard work, batsman. Bowlers are going to chill. I like it. Simon always propagates that bowler for man of the match. Today, I think he's going to get his wish, because if KKR can defend 108, there's definitely a bowler who's getting man of the match, right?
Yeah.
Because they'll have to do some stellar bowling. Now, here's the thing. KKR's got a supremely talented batting lineup. Today, it was Chennai bowling versus KKR batsmen, because those have been their effective strong suits. You'd have to say that it's 1-0 for Chennai bowling versus KKR batsmen.
You got to say that. When you look at that game, I think it's 1-0 for sure. But there's only 2 points. 1 all is not going to happen. It's going to be 2-0 either way. And I'm not counting KKR out. Let me tell you that, because it's not a walk in the park. But if they do the same thing as what you did in the first 4 overs, I doubt they'll do that. But if they do that, then KKR certainly wins. If you get 4 in that first power play, no matter what the score is, you will win this game. But that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, but also you think
because the mindset.
Yeah, but even then, even if you take it down, even if you get like 25 for 4, you got CSK. You still got Dhoni standing there, who's like, okay, okay.
Yeah,
he does that.
He may do. But I think if they can, there's a chance. The trouble is the ball is not going to be as dry. We saw the dew already. It's very wet.
So advantage
batting team, absolutely. But you put a side under pressure with a small total on the board. Your spinners start to sort of play a little bit of havoc and take some control. You're a chance. They're not out of it.
Yeah, they're not. Let's talk about Bhaji as well. It just shows you that class knows no age, right? I mean, he was just all over this game like a rash today, right? He's getting the wickets, got the run out, got a catch, got a dropped catch. He was underneath that ball that stayed up for 6.5 minutes, right? And hit the moon and came back, and the poor guy sort of hurt himself. But he was just all over this game today.
Yeah, he's been good throughout this IPL, and he just confirms one of my other theories that I've had in my life. I said, I think all the players, when they're playing cricket at whatever age, need to take 6 months off and do broadcasting. No, honestly.
Are we going to see you back then?
I've been back thrice now, so no, not there, but I'm ready to play wherever. What that does is actually you look at the game differently. What happened to Bhaji? I mean, Bhaji is one of the greatest that we've ever had. But he was replaced by a man called Ravichandran Ashwin, going back 2-3 years. What was the change? Bhaji had started darting them in, and the young man had come, the fearless guy was just, tossing them up, and that's where that swap happened. Then the next swap has happened is when the next man is darting them in, and the young man has come and started floating them up. And Bhaji is doing exactly what he should have carried on doing. He started his career like that. Because you will have bad days as well. But when you bowl like this, your good days are so special that you win games for the team. The stats don't show it. When you start getting into that zone, okay, let me get through my 4 overs, is when the downslide happens. Now he's coming and enjoying his game.
It's almost like nothing to lose about, wasn't it, with Narayan? I mean, he had to bowl it slow. He had to float it up outside off stump, which is exactly what he did. And it just... he's clever. He's so clever, Budgie, and he'll be loving it. He'll be absolutely loving it at the moment. I mean, stats this year, phenomenally. Missed 2 games, remember. They played him the first 2 and then left him out. And then he's back for this one again, so and the last one. But he's just such a clever bowler.
He plays all the games in
Maybe
Chennai.
he wasn't left out. You need a rest at certain age. When you get to a certain age, then the recovery takes longer.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it does. And also, I mean, the fact is he played only 3 games, like in the 10 calendar months leading up to the IPL. He was in UK on commentary, then India, Australia, he was with us on commentary. And so, obviously, he spent some time away from the game. It's not compromised his fitness. It's not compromised his enthusiasm about the game. And the fact that he wants to, he's happy to take the ball in the power play and go. And you saw his economy in the power play. He's going at less than run a ball in the power play. That's not bad. Huh? Agreed it's in Chennai. Again, I agree it's in Chennai. But he's still got to bowl it and guys are still coming at you.
Yeah, on his good day, he's picking that wicket early, and so that allows their economy to be even better because you get many more dot balls in. When you bowl that slower, you will get hit for a 6 once in a while, but it won't be the average score. So when I'm saying that's what you enjoy, I mean, I enjoy watching cricket this way because at the end of the day, both teams have come to compete. So if you win a ball or if you win that battle or a little battle, it should be the game changer. And if you carry on going that way, then your numbers will always look bad. Always look good the way they look now. It won't be for 28 for no wickets.
Yeah.
You'll have 3 for 20 or 3
It'll be
for
impact.
18.
It'll be impact.
It'll be impact.
Yeah.
And there are players who are impact players, and Harbhajan Singh is one of those. He wasn't one of those ordinary bowlers who came and did their job. He's not the professional cricketer of the modern day cricket, not the mystery guys. He was a genuine test class bowler, and that's what you're seeing. I'm loving. I'm just so happy seeing him do so well.
There is a difference between doing your job and getting the job done. That's what Budgie's done. Getting the job done. All right, can CSK do it? Obviously, to back them, they have to get 109. Let's have a look at their batting lineup. You know they're going to do it, but you also know they're not going to do it in a hurry.
Oh, like the first game, wasn't it? The first game against RCB when it took them.
They took 17 overs to get
17 overs, yeah, correct.